Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru.
Yeah, I'd like to do that sometime. Because like I'd like to learn more about Sikhism.
Of course. It's all about education, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Learning.
And what about the turban? Do men and women wear it?
Yes.
Both of them wear it.
Yeah.
Because I see more men in the city. I see always men, so I thought it's
Sorry?
men. I usually see men.
Yeah, it's actually, I mean, women, it's a choice, but just as long as the head's covered. I mean, but it's complete equality. That's why Sikh promotes it in such a well way. I mean,
is it required? Is it like you're not wearing one? Is there differences?
so with the turban, like to answer your question, it's been given to women and men. It's their choice if they want to wear it, and I just like wearing a big one because I think I'm cool. That's really the reason. It's actually my small version. And the second reason is just because I'm so proud of it, right? I just like everything that I stand for. I just want to show people.
Yeah, we understood that it's like a sign of identity.
Yeah, and even with the turban, like I kind of study into this kind of stuff, so I kind of looked into history where it came from.
Yeah.
And like just the turban before Sikh was into play, it was actually around just like we wear shoes.
Yeah.
The reason is to protect our feet. Just like that, I was looking into about 5,000 years ago. It was in the Egyptian pyramids. It was in stone a picture of a guy with a turban and beard.
Yeah.
And at that time, it was just used for convenience, to protect from sandstorms, to protect her from the wind, all that kind of stuff. But as time went on, people started using it for like nobility, because we wear shoes to protect our feet, and it goes into like better quality shoes, higher
quality
yeah,
turbans.
and then there's like smaller shoes, bigger shoes. So it turned like the richer class. They started at the time. They started wearing like this is way before. This is 5,000 years ago.
Yeah.
This is around Egypt. That's why if you go to like Africa, there's a lot of African women that tie beautiful flowery turbans. And it looks really, really nice. I always come to compliment them. They tie very nice turbans.
See, I see most people wearing solid colors. Can you do like cool colors?
You can wear any color. Like at the end of the day, they're all like God's colors, right? So it doesn't matter.
So as time went on, they turned into like different like classes. So what the kings would do, they would have jewels and gold on their turbans, and the slaves they'd have like lesser quality ones, and they would have a rag sticking out. They would clean with it and stuff. And then the yogis of India and the sadhus and the saints, they kind of from the mountains, Himalayan mountains, they came, and when it got to them, they had a concept of hair being pure protein, electronegative energy moves through it. When you get shocked, your hair stands up, so energy is flowing through it. So heat is lost from. That's why it's on the top of your head.
Energy.
So what they used to tie a rishi knot. Even under here, it's just a bun of hair.
Yeah.
They would tie that, and that's like helping them amplify their concentration, amplify their meditation on top of their head.
So is that why you don't want to cut your hair? Is because you're cutting off your energy?
Exactly, right? And we said like energy is stored within our hair, pure protein and stuff. So there's many. It's like, I mean, that's a long topic on its own.
And like I practice a bit of yoga, but like that like the crown like chakra is like your connection to God as
exactly.
well.
So I mean, we have 9. We say it's just a term. We have 9 gates to the world, right? 9 doors to the world. I mean, our eyes, ear, mouth, nose, 2 down there. And then, but the 10th one is the hidden one. And analogy is like, what's the difference between an iPod and an iPhone? Yeah. One can connect to the service provider, and one can't. Like, they both do the exact same thing. Yeah. But the analogy that I give is like, we're all iPhones. We all have the capability, but we're walking around on airplane mode. It's a modern day analogy. And with that is like we can connect on the outside to the same. So it's a hidden one, and we call it the 10th gate. I mean, the Buddhists call it the 1,000-leaf lotus flower petals, right?
Yeah.
And that's the same thing too. It's our connection to God. So they used this concept and they brought it upon to help them with their spirituality. So there was convenience, nobility, and spirituality.
Yeah.
And then Guru Nanak Dev Ji, our Sikh Guru, he took all of these and he bring them together. And he said a Sikh is not only he's a spiritualist, he's a saint while living on this world, but he's also a soldier. He's also like he's noble in the world, and he can be there for to help other people, because the king's job is to serve humanity, and somebody can go to you for help. So it's like that identity factor comes in it. And then there's a convenience factor if you want to put science in the 26 bones of the skull. Now I study science here at the University of Calgary. So 26 bones of the bones of your skull, you're holding them intact and you're keeping it all in place, and there's many other benefits. But at the end of the day, as all of this kind of came together, it became like known as the Sikh identity factor as well.
from a practical standpoint, do you feel like does it make your head heavy as well? Because I would wonder.
Actually, this is very, very light material, and you get used to it. I mean, I forget I'm sometimes wearing it, right?
But does it make it hard, like if you need like a safety helmet and things like that for different things?
I've actually been, I'm a combat engineer in the Canadian Forces Reserve Force as well, and there we have to wear helmets. And what I do is just, because for safety reasons, like I just wear a smaller one. So it's just like 2 wraps rather than the 50 that you see on top of me right now.
Well, if you're an engineer, you should design helmets.
Exactly. So we actually did like for gas masks. Because the gas mask ends right here in this air pocket.
And I know
So what we do, you know Harjit Sanjit, he's the defense minister. He was actually the first person that invented the gas mask for the Canadian Army, and it went all the way down to here. So it just covered everything. Right? Yeah, so it covered the beard, so he just kind of tucked the beard in.
Cooler and cooler.
He is cooler. He's the coolest guy now.
Yeah, because like that's the problem is like people often can't have beards when they're working in this kind of industry.
And so you know, I mean, for many they approved it, and the army agreed to it as well. Where there was the Sikh regiment, and even in World War II, like the Sikhs had such a huge part. They actually have like plaques and stuff.
Studying that actually.
That's awesome. And with that, it's just like there's all these factors that are coming in even today. Like with the helmet, I tie a smaller one. I put it on even, I mean, we're playing hockey, my friends here, they play on like leagues and stuff. I mean, I used to play soccer a lot, so and then with that, you don't have to wear a helmet, I just run around.
Because I'm often trying to think of like these like logistical things. I used to work with students with accessibility issues, and like it made me rethink like, wow, there's so many things that I didn't think about from my standpoint that would be challenges that, you know, an average person may not face, but now you've got, you know, some new challenges that you got to overcome.
Even like, I mean, this turban, it was worn into war, I mean, when it, like
it was
previously.
A sign of honor and pride.
But they wouldn't wear, they would have like metal around them just because they're going into war. Like imagine, go back like whatever, 400 years, right? At the time when they're going into battle, they would have metal wires underneath, which when if a blow, they'd have a metal rod, and if a blow from a sword or anything came, it would protect them from that as well. And they would have accustomed to that. So actually there was a story that this was about 5 years ago. There was a friend of mine, he wore like a turban a bit wider than mine, and there was another guy with him who didn't have a turban. He only had like a one thin cloth around on his head, and they were driving. It was in India, and you know sugar canes? A sugar cane's the thing, they're like, if you just sharpen the end, it's like a spear basically. They're very, very like almost like bamboo, right? And they're there, and they're cutting off one of the big trucks that are it's India, it's overloaded, right? And they just pack as much as they can on one truck. What happened as they're cutting it off in their car, one of the ropes came loose, and they came flying out, and they went through the window, and he was actually sitting on the opposite side. So the person that had the turban, he was actually closer, and when the bamboo hit him, it actually. Nothing. He only had a couple stitches. He was fine. Other person, he died on the spot. Right. So I mean, that's just the unfortunate thing. But just to show the protection, I mean, it does like anything hits me on the. Usually is protecting me quite well because I've just tied it in such a way, right? I mean, if something is smaller, people do understand that they do need. It's just a personal thing. They'd be like, okay, I do need more protection, right? But I mean, if I'm riding a bike, I don't feel that I need a helmet, right? Unless I was wearing something smaller.
So I've got a fun, quick question. How long does it take you to tie it up in the mornings?
I tie it all every day. So it takes me
like pro, like time it, 2 seconds.
So it takes about for me like maybe 2 minutes. But I mean, my friends that are starting off and they're kind of trying to like, oh, how do you get all these cool shapes and designs on it? Like sometimes it might take them like 10 minutes, right?
There's probably YouTube video tutorials.
There is many. I mean, how to tie a turban. There's like 3,000 like videos up there, right? There's one of me as well.
That's cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the information today. I'm sure you got lots of other people to talk to, but that was really useful. And hopefully, I got some of the information as well.
Awesome. And even with this whole purpose is again seeing the light within all of us and connecting to them. There's a practical side, there's a spiritual side. So you need a balance of both.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Right, well, thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you so much. Awesome. Sorry to take your time.
No, it's okay. We work in the international office.
Okay, did you guys have some food?
We did. Yes.
Oh, perfect. Hope you enjoyed it.
So thanks so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Vaheguru